Welcome to our cardiac CT demo video. When loading a cardiac CT, you can choose a single phase series or a multi-phase series. Select Load in the center of your screen, and that will give you a list of all the CT workflows we have available. In the center, you will see several cardiac workflows. For today, I'm going to use the basic cardiac workflow, but just know that all of these workflows can be customized to your individual needs. Once that's loaded in, you can see the system has already done a bone removal on your 3D image. It has removed the ribs from your image as well as the atrium so that you can more clearly see the coronary origins. If you see an area of interest, you can middle mouse click one time on your 3D image, and that will take you to that area on all of your 2D images as well. If you would like to see that vessel in an orthogonal view, you can grab the circles on your crosshairs and rotate those on your coronals and your sagittal images, and that will give you the orthogonal view in your upper left-hand corner. When you're ready to move on to a different section, you have the reset button in the bottom right. That will take you back to your original views. You can also page through your phases. Right now I am on 70%. If you choose to click on 70, you can select a different phase from that list. You can also play through them. And then if you would like to step through them individually, you can choose the right or left arrows and choose the phase of your choice. I'm going to window and level this as we move into our centerline tool. As you can see, the system has created the center lines for us. When I click on the RCA, it selects the RCA from our image and puts a center line from the origin all the way through to the distal portion of that vessel. There are several ways to edit this if we need to. You can right click on that green line, delete portions of it, or delete the entire branch. You can also just select a different branch if you would like to visualize that one instead. And if for some reason it doesn't go as far as you would like it to, you can grab the dot at the end of that line and drag it to where you want it to go, and it will find that vessel for you. The purpose of our center line is to give us the 90-degree views on the left-hand side. You can left click and rotate around here to do a vessel analysis. You'll see you have several markers on your center line views. B, the red cross section, correlates with the image on the bottom right, and the blue correlates with the image on the bottom left. Those images will give you automatic minimum and maximum diameters. I'm going to go over to the LED since we have some pathology there and show you the stenosis measurement as well as plaque analysis. Again, the system has found my LED for me and put a center line from the origin all the way through the distal portion. I'm going to select an area of interest by left clicking on my green line. That puts the B marker in my area where I see a potential stenosis, and A and C proximal and distal to that. You can always move these lines around manually as well. When you do that, it's going to try to find the lumen for your vessel. If you disagree with this, you can always shift and left click to create that outline a little bit more accurately. From there, you see that it's going to use A and C averaged together compared to B to give you that stenosis readout. We also have the ability to do plaque analysis. Right-click on the measurement in between your A and C and choose plaque analysis. This will give us a plaque analysis of the area between those A and C cross sections. If I move this over or down just a little bit, you can see that we have different sections for different Hounsfield units, and it gives us a volume of those sections. If I zoom in, you can also see that it gives you a color lay of where it found those particular Hounsfield units. That is on your CPR images at the top, as well as your cross sections at the bottom. If you would like to customize these, you can always right-click on your measurement and edit your color map. You can select a min and a max for each section. You can change the colors, and you can save that as a default. If you would like to do more of a perivascular analysis, you can right-click on this and extend your wall. I'm going to change this to 6. Click OK. And you can see that it includes more of the area around that vessel for you. If you disagree with that or want to change it back to the original, you can right-click and reset that wall. We also have the ability to do left ventricle EF automatically. You'll see at the bottom of your workflow on the right-hand side, LVEF. You can simply click on that. And the system will go through and segment out your left ventricle blood pool in all phases and compare the one with the lowest volume to the one with the largest volume. You'll get your polar maps. You can right-click on that image, change it to your text result. You'll see the volumes for each one of your phases, as well as your ejection fraction here. We do give you the ability to edit this if you would like. You can go back to position, edit your threshold to include more or less of that blood pool. You can change where your valve is located. And you can do manual cuts of your volume as well. Once you have edited, you can hit next all the way over to the results page to give you those new results. We also have calcium score. I'm going to choose a different patient for that. Again, I'm going to click load. The calcium score is going to be located in that basic cardiac workflow, but you also have a calcium score separately. I'll just go into that separate one. The system will alert you that we are using the Agosto criteria. We have the ability to turn on an overlay. You can select that and deselect it as needed. It just highlights everything that could be calcium or that is over 130 Hounsfield units as this yellow color. From there, we can scroll through and select our lesions. The way we can select our lesions are Shift, left click, and circle. This will interpolate within that circle up and down. You can select the vessel that you would like to assign that to. If you are using the MESA criteria, it will ask you for an ethnicity. As you're selecting lesions, you can see over on the right-hand side, you're going to get a running total of your calcium score as well as the volume. That box will stay up, so as I scroll through the rest of the LED and select additional lesions, it will add it to that same vessel until I change that selection. Another way to select a lesion is to shift and left click instead. This will interpolate as far out on that image as it can, as well as up and down. And finally, you can turn on the calcium score button in the upper right-hand corner, and you don't have to hold down Shift. You just left click, scroll down, and select your lesions as needed. Once you are done selecting your lesions, you can hit Complete. This will save the images that you did a score on. They will send this to your output panel. It'll save the score here on your workflow element, and then you have the ability to do a report. We have a calcium report here. This report can be DICOM wrapped and sent to PACS. And we also have the ability to do a PowerScribe integration as well as HL7 integration. As we're going through any of the workflows, you can validate each step to save your work. And then at the very top, you can hit the plus sign with the box around it to save a scene. This will save all the work you've done on this patient so that you can go back and edit later. Thank you for joining the cardiac CT demo video. Please reach out to a clinical application specialist if you have any questions.